Moses to the point, you know what I'm saying, where he just ripped off his clothes and bowed down, you know what I'm saying, and started praying, you know what I mean? And I can go on and on, but what happened was that these people, the Israelites, God's chosen people, you know what I mean, at the age group of 20 and over, all the people that cursed God, you know what I'm saying, from the age group of 20 and over, they cursed God because, you know what I mean, they felt like they couldn't take the land because of the people. They were never allowed to see the land of milk and honey. The only ones that were allowed to see the land of Canaan, the land of milk and honey, were their children and Caleb and Joshua. And Caleb and Joshua were two of the scouts. The only two scouts that were allowed to see the land of milk and honey, because they were the only ones that believed God. You know what I'm saying? So the message of today is, you know, these people, the Israelites, all they had to do is go forward, and they would have got this land of milk and honey. But they let what they saw scare them. They let the size of the people, you know, the Amalekites and the Hittites and everything, they let these people's size scare them. You know what I mean? So they never even went for it, but they never even tried to get the land. You know what I'm saying? And so ultimately, they weren't able to get it. Okay? So if you apply that to today's life, you know, you might be, to your life today, you might be, you know what I mean, in business, you might be in sports, you might be in music, you might be doing, it don't matter what you're doing. The Lord has promised milk and honey to all of us because we're all the descendants of Abraham. So the milk and honey is there. But you can't let the fact that, you know, in the industry or whatever you're trying to get into, it's people that's doing it on a greater level than you. You know, it's people that's better than you. You know, you feel like you can't compete with these people. You can't let that deter you or discourage you from going forward. You got to go forward, because the fact of the matter is that these people, the Israelites, they were scared of these big people in the land of Canaan. But ultimately, if they would have went forward, those people, those big people in the land of Canaan, would have been scared of them. And the same thing applies to your life. You know, you may be fearful of going forward in whatever it is you're doing, but when you go forward, you'll find out that you're a threat to everybody else, and they looking at you like you're a threat. They scared of you. Okay? So milk and honey is here for all of us. We just got to go forward and get it. The Lord has provided it for us. And if I hadn't made that clear enough, you know, you can hit me up, you can tweet me, hit me up on Facebook, Gmail, talktomichael@gmail.com, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I want to thank y'all for tuning in to today's episode of the Breaking Bread Show. And you can check out a sample of a song off of my new CD coming up. It's called Strength of God. Y'all check this out. And remember, man should not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes out of God's mouth. So whatever you do, break bread.
You redeemed, and you've been esteemed, the apple of God's eye. Don't just settle for anything, though your past may have left you with scars. To the Lord you a star, so recognize who you are. You need to understand
you have the strength of God.
The one thing that you got to know is that
you have the strength of God.
Through Christ all things are possible, because
you have the strength of God.
Put the Lord first in your pursuing. Just know you
have the strength of God.
And please don't grow weary and well doing. Young man struggling, he was born hustling, did time in jail, so